To create a Google Doc, you're going to start in your Google Drive and you're going to click on the plus new button and you're going to scroll down and click on Google Docs. This opens up a new tab here. If you need to go back to your Google Drive, it's in the tab before it. And it's going to come up with an untitled document. Okay, so I'm going to start out always with titling my document. And I'm going to click right here where it says Untitled Document. And right now I'm just going to use the example we just finished learning about buyers and sellers. So I am just going to title it that. I can always go back if I want to make it more catchy. So that's going to be the title, okay? And then you also want to put the title on your document, okay? But before that, you always want to put your name on it because often with Google Docs, you're going to print the doc and you can hang it up or turn it in. So you want to make sure you put your name on it, okay? And so that's called a heading, okay? So I'm going to look up here at this toolbar. And notice this whole toolbar here is very similar with Google Drawings and Google Slides. And if you hover over something, if you're wondering what that does, it tells you. Okay, and what I'm looking for is the right align. If I click on that, my cursor, which is blinking right here, watch what happens when I click on right align and it goes over here, okay? So I'm going to type my name. And then depending on what your teacher wants, a lot of times you will need to type what class it is or what period. So this is English language arts, and then you can say what period it is, period 2, okay? Or if you're just, this is actually a second grade example, then you could just put the teacher's name, okay? Okay. Just depends on what they want, okay? All right, so go ahead and press enter. Okay, and enter again, so there's a space in between, and I'm going to now look for center align, which is where I want to put the title in the center of the page, okay? And I'm going to title it Buyers and Sellers. And I'm going to highlight, so I'm going to click, hold, drag, and with the title, I'm going to make it larger font, so that's a little bit bigger there. I'm going to change the font. This is the only font that you can kind of do a little bit fancier than the rest of the text on the page. So I'm going to choose the font that I want. You can make it bold and you can underline it. Okay. Let's talk about the text color. If you're printing, a lot of times you usually do not change the colors. And in fact, it's really distracting if on a Google Doc, there's lots of different colors. Just like if you're reading a book from the library or your home, the actual text on the pages are all just black. It's not different colors. So it depends on what you are doing and what the purpose is. But if you do need to use colors, they are here, okay? All right, I'm gonna press enter. And I'm going to press enter again. And later I'm going to put an image here, but I want to put the content first. So we'll come back to that, okay? Now I need my cursor to be over here, okay? So that's called left align. So watch what happens. It's going to go over. And then it's still on the bold and underline and 18. So I need to take that off. And I need to make sure the font size is going to be a size that is good for Google Docs. So that's usually 12 or 14. It depends if you're writing a story or if you're creating something else to print out and you need it bigger, you can. But this is going to be, I'm going to just stick with 12. And I'm going to change my font to Arial or something just very easy to read, okay? You could see how this is really fancy and it's a fun font, but it would be a little bit hard to read your Google Doc, especially if you write a lot in your paragraph, okay? So I'm going to click on Arial. Okay, and when you, if you've noticed when you're reading books, the beginning of a paragraph is always indented. Okay, so you need to do that for your paragraph as well. So I'm going to press enter. or I'm sorry, I'm going to press tab, and the tab button is the button above your caps lock on the left side of your keyboard. Okay. So that's how I can indent it. And then I'm going to start typing. All right. And I'm going to make sure I put the correct punctuation. Okay. And I don't know why it's not doing this for me, but you should, when you have your account, it should give you a red squiggly line. It's very helpful, but I was missing an apostrophe here. Okay, so have you ever been to a farmer's market? Okay, and then right after the punctuation, you're gonna do one space and you're gonna keep typing. And now notice when I kept typing, it just went to the next line. Okay, and I'm just going to keep going. You're not going to press, I've seen students do this, you press enter and then you go to the next line. It's just like if you've ever seen, probably maybe in a movie or pictures, a typewriter. The typewriter, the words go from the left to the right and then keep going. Okay, so I kept typing and noticed that this is that red squiggly line that I was telling you about. This is where Google Docs help you with your spelling. It says, wait a minute, there's a misspelled word there. Okay, if you go up to here, tools, there's spelling and grammar, and you can check the whole document. And then this pops up right here. It says change goods to goods, which is the correct spelling right here. Okay, you can accept it and it'll change it. But you also can, when you click on this, it gives you a suggestion right there. Okay, so don't automatically just click that. Make sure that that is the correct thing that you, or the correct word that you are wanting. So click on dictionary and you want to think, or you want to find a word's definition. Notice that that just came up right there. So it's nice because if you want to use words or discover words to add to your doc, you can just pull up that dictionary and it's right here. It's also helpful for synonyms. Okay, so maybe you just kept saying the same word, goods, you can use the word merchandise instead. So this really is helpful here. Insert right here. You can do a lot of things. Okay, so image. Okay, so let's go ahead and put my cursor here and I'm going to either go here, okay, with the picture of the mountain, or in the insert menu, you can search the web. Okay, so there are some pictures here. I like that one because it's showing the buyers and then you can see the sellers there. Okay, so you can either click on it and press insert or just drag it where you want it. Okay, now this is going to be way too big for our Google Doc. We would just want a simple, small image. It's not a Google presentation or anything. So I'm going to click on it once it loads, and I'm going to make it smaller by using those diagonal handles. Okay, and notice down here some things that you can do with it. You can have the image right next to the text. Okay, so that's the wrap text. This is the break text. Okay, and then the inline. Other things up here are you can do columns, you can change the line spacing, really just explore the different menus because there are a lot of great things that you can do. Another thing with insert is if you need to create a table, press enter here. I know I didn't finish that sentence. I'm going to do insert table. And if you wanted to make a table showing examples of buyers and sellers, okay, you can do that. And that made a table where you can give examples of different, you could even actually, I would do goods and services. So those are the basic parts of a Google Doc. Now you try to create yours.